If you want to capture the perfect image of the Red Arrows or a Spitfire, you'll need a bit more than luck. It takes patience and a lot of skill.
Yes, photographer Claire Hartley possesses both of those qualities. She spends her free time hanging around military bases, waiting for just the right moments, and her pictures have been seen by millions. Let's hear more from Claire now.
Some days you go home and you don't get anything at all, but sometimes you just stick it out. You're pouring with rain, and then an hour later you get a rainbow come out and you get a really good shot. It just makes it worthwhile. I think it's a bit of a challenge now because I've got so many different photos in so many different circumstances. So I've got things with moons in, decent sunsets. It's trying to find something new now and push myself that bit further. And I love the subject, I love the aviation, so it's enjoyable, it's not a chore. I think it'll always be a favourite. Is one I got in about 2016, 2017, and it's the Lancaster coming back to Coningsby over Tattershall Castle. And that was one of those days where I just sat out in the rain, and then just for a split second it came really, really good just as it passed over the top of the castle. I think my second favourite's probably one of the Red Arrows. It's not a technically perfect shot, it's not very good resolution, but it's the first one for me that took off on social media, and that's kind of the one that made things work for me, I think. Got one on a winter day one day when I came home and got the last Red Arrow slot of the day, and the sun was really, really low, and it made the front page of the Times. They're just checking the aircraft before they crew in now. Sometimes when they've already been warm and they've been running, you'll get the smoke coming out, so you've got flames or a hot start on them when the engines are warm. I've got the smoke coming out when he started, which I wasn't expecting, so yeah, that was nice. I didn't think we'd get a hot start, so no flames, but a bit of smoke, so that's quite good. A bit dark, there's no sunlight at all, so just get what we can, go low on the shutter speed. So yeah, the Lancaster's next, and that's going to do a display, I think, before it departs, so I know a different spot to go and get the best angles of that, so I'm going to move round there now and get set up ready for him taking off. You get a bit of a shiver sometimes. It's the history that you know is behind that aircraft, especially the Lancaster, and then the sound of it as it passes overhead, it just makes it all real. It's like really... So one day I do need to actually try and do it and not take photos of it and just absorb it a bit more, I think. Get a nice top side angle now, which is good. Some people automatically see a photo and they're like, oh, it must be photoshopped because I didn't get it, but no, genuinely I run up and down a field to try and get the right position and try and get the right bits in the shot, so yeah, pretty much as taken. Regardless of payment and stuff, it's nice to know that people want to use them. Some of the teams use them in their brochures, I've had them on calendars, Eurofighter are using the Typhoon ones, so all of that, they're good enough to be used, and that's good in itself for me.
Patience pays off.
Gorgeous. Obviously her passion. Fantastic photos.
Chap I know used to fly the Lancaster in the memorial flight, and he went down the Mall and sprinkled the poppies one time on one of the acts of remembrance, and flew over the Queen. The Queen got the fly past, and then on the way back to the base he had to fly over his mum's house. So he did 2 loops, so his mum got 2 fly pasts and the Queen only got 1. He always very proudly tells that story.
That's really thoughtful, isn't it? How lovely.